how to make 2026 your best year yet in business. So there are some easy opportunities to improve. We're going to discuss one of those today. But first, shout out to the team at Roofer. If you need instant roof quotes, clean and pristine proposals, which will give your prospects no choice but to buy from you, click the link down in the description. You'll be happy that you did. So there's so many different things that we can address within a business to make it better. All too often, I have a prospect reach out to me and say, what can we do to be better? How can we improve what we're doing? And a lot of the times they don't have an emphasis on brand. So what do people, when they see you, when they hear your company name, what are they feeling? What are they associating with your company? Ground zero for that is what are your past customers saying about your company, right? What do your reviews say? And I'll do an exercise where I'll go to their Google business profile and there'll be 15 reviews or 80 reviews. And okay, so I asked them, how long have you been in business? We've been in business for 15 years. Cool. How many customers did you visit last year to present to? How many jobs did you sell? Well, I know that we sold 137 jobs. All right, fantastic. What's your close rate? Right around 35%. Okay, so you visited, over 400 people approximately. Fantastic. And you've been in business for how long? You do the math, carry the one. We're missing out on a ton of reviews. And what this boils down to is what is not put into an SOP, what is not systematized just doesn't get done, right? We want to make sure that we're consistently getting these reviews. So I'm going to give you the bulletproof review process for your company so you can make sure you scale your review count and increase your brand authority and equity into 2026. So all you do is when you're going to collect the final payment, when you're going to do the quality control walkthrough with the homeowner, it's as simple as, hey, Mr. Homeowner, how's it going today? Great, Mike, I have your check. Whoa, let's pump the brakes. First, we want to make sure everything's buttoned up, all the I's are dotted, T's are crossed. Is that okay with you? Yeah, absolutely, fantastic. Okay, now we start walking around the property. We start looking. Hey, let me ask you a question. Versus how you thought this was going to go, how did it actually go? Like, give me some feedback as far as your experience working with the company. Oh, it was fantastic. You guys did a great job. Okay, great. If you had to rate us on a scale of 1 to 5 stars, what would you assign that rating and why? Well, I would say 5 stars because, your crew was great. They took care of my landscaping. The install, they were in and out. They were respectful. Couldn't be more pleased. Okay, fantastic. I would pay them a compliment. I'm really glad you chose this Onyx shingle. The curb appeal when I pull up to your house, the way it pops, with your trim is fantastic. Like, job well done. And can I ask you one more question? Sure. Okay. If there was anything that we can improve, I know you said you'd give us 5 stars, but the constructive feedback is just as important as the positive feedback so that we can keep growing as a company and be the best version of ourselves for our future customers. Is there any piece of constructive feedback that you can provide? And they might say something, they might not. At that point, I say, fantastic. Would you mind doing me a small favor? This is the most important aspect of the entire conversation. We've built on the fact that we've done a good job for them. We've had them explicitly say it to us in numerous occasions through the questions we've asked. So now it's top of mind. So now we want to get them to commit to doing us that small favor because we've done such a good job. Yes. Okay, fantastic. I'm going to share a link with you. And whether that's a tap card, whether it's on your notepad on your phone, that project manager, that sales rep, or you as the owner operator are going to share that with the homeowner. I'm going to go walk through, like I said, just make sure all the I's are dotted, T's are crossed. I'm going to run the mag strip one more time. I know we can't guarantee we get every nail. We're going to do our best, okay? In the meantime, would you mind sharing exactly what you told me on Google, on Yelp? Yelp is more important nowadays with it being a source for LLM. So I would say for every 4 Google reviews, let's get 1 Yelp review. And the likelihood that they say yes and actually do it is substantially higher than if you send an automated email with their invoice to their inbox saying, hey, can you talk about us on Google? Would you mind sharing your experience? That's good as like a fail-safe, but you're going to have a much higher conversion percentage when you're doing it on site. You build the trust and awareness of how important it is to your company through this process. So then we go walk around, and by the time we come back, the review has been left. It's fantastic. Again, I cannot stress how important it is to ask them if they're willing to do you a small favor. You want to get that commitment because nobody wants to be a liar. And now you've created an expectation that they're going to do it, a sense of urgency that by the time you get back, it's going to be done. And you've only further initiated the norm of reciprocity, right? Like, we've already done all this stuff for you. I'm going to yet again go above and beyond my call of duty just to make sure everything is as perfect as can be. Can you do me this favor? So make sure you follow the process, get it onto a piece of paper, train your team on it. And don't only train your team on it, check in with your team. A lot of the times when this is implemented, you'll see a huge spike in reviews in a positive way. And then 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks go by, and where attention goes, energy flows, and vice versa, right? So if it's not mentioned again for 6 weeks, you'll notice that the review count starts to plummet. We have to make sure that we're checking in with the team, making sure they're following the process, because ultimately, if they didn't need that supervision, they'd probably be running their own company. So here's to a strong start to 2026. Make sure that you like, follow, mash that share button, and give this information to somebody that'll help. You have a responsibility to do it, and I trust that you will. Right on.